Hello guys, welcome to Study for Civil Services. In this video we will see NCERT Class 9 Geography Chapter 1, that is India's size and location. And in the previous chapters we have already covered NCERT Class 6, 7, 8, all the chapters of geography, and in the coming days we are going to cover NCERT from Class 6 to 12, Geography, History, Economy and Polity, and which are useful for all the exams and especially for the civil services exams. So in this chapter, we will see about India's size and location. See, India is one of the ancient civilizations in the world. It is among one of the ancient civilizations, like the most famous ancient civilizations were Indus Valley civilization, then Egyptian civilization, then Mesopotamian, and one more is Chinese civilization. So India is most famous among them, and it has achieved multifaceted socio-economic progress during some lost decades, and because of the you know development in the field of agriculture, industry, technology, and overall economic development. Now if you see the location of India, India is a vast country, and its location, that is it location is defined by its latitude and longitude. So the definition of latitude and longitude we have already covered in the class 6 chapters. The exact location of India is, the its latitude extend between 8 degree 4 minute north up to 37 degree 6 minute north. So it's approximately 30 degree, extension of latitude, and also then exact longitudes, lie between 68 degree 7 minutes east up to 97 degree 25 minute east. And if you see the difference between the latitudes, north and south latitudes and east and west latitudes of, India, it is approximately the difference between north south and the east west is approximately 30 degree. And the Tropic of Cancer actually divides the country into almost two equal parts. And Tropic of Cancer actually passes through the 8 states of the India. In the coming, page, we will see which states are those. And if you see in the southeast and southwest of the mainland, see in the southeast portion lies the Andaman and Nicobar Island, and in the southwest lies Lakshadweep Island. And Andaman and Nicobar actually, is located in Bay of Bengal, and this Lakshadweep Island is located in Arabian Sea. And this is a fact that the southernmost point of Indian Union, that is the Indira Point, it got submerged under the seawater in 2004 tsunami. See, 2004 tsunami came in the Sumatra region, and it actually, you know, it spread a widespread damage in the India and Sri Lanka and other Southeast Asian countries, and also in the Andaman and Nicobar Island of India. And this is the world map, and this yellow color is showing the Indian territory. And if you see the size of the India, the size of the India is actually, the India has an area of around 3.28 million square kilometer officially. But if you see some of the area of, you know Kashmir is occupied by the Pakistan, and then also Siachen, and the Aksai Chin area is also, some of the part is covered by the China. So we have almost around 3.16 million square kilometer area. And if you see that India's total area account for actually 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. See, these are some of the facts. You need to remember this, and there is no alternative. So first, number one fact is that India is having around 3.16 million square kilometer, and we claim actually 3.28 million square kilometer. The second fact is that India's total area is about 2.4% of the total geographical area present in the world. and India has only 2.4% area, but if you see the total world population, that is the global population, India's share is around 16.5%. So India's population is 16.5%, but India's area out of total area present in the globe is only 2.4%. And if you see about water resources, India is having only 4% of the water resources present, freshwater resources present in the world. And India is actually the seventh largest country of the world. And India has see, these are some of the other facts. Like, you need to remember that India has a land boundary of around 15,200 kilometer, and India is sharing land boundaries with seven countries. And if you see the total length of the coastline of mainland, which includes the Andaman and Nicobar Island and Lakshadweep Island, is 7,516 kilometer. So India's total coastal line, that is the seven states which lie at the outskirts of the east and west side of the India, and which are known as the coastal states like Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, then Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha. So they actually, the coastline of all these states plus the coastline of Andaman and Nicobar, and as well as the coastline of Lakshadweep Island. The total length is 7,516 kilometer, and the total land boundary of India with seven countries, that is Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, is 15,200 kilometer. And if you see the India is bounded by actually young fold mountain in the northwest, north and northeast. The whole Himalaya actually is spread from the state of Jammu and Kashmir up to the northeast region of the India. And if you see after about south of 22-degree north latitude, it begins to taper and it extend towards the Indian Ocean, and it actually divide Indian Ocean into two seas. Arabian Sea is on the west side of the India, and the Bay of Bengal is on the east side of the India. And this fact I have already told you, that the longitudinal and as well as the latitudinal extent of the mainland is only about is about 30 degree. And if we have already covered the chapters of 6 class 6, and we says that the whole earth is divided into 24 time zones. And if you see, the earth rotates one complete rotation in one day. And so if you divide the 24 hours with the 360 degrees, so we will get that in every 15 degree the earth moves about 1 hour. So this 30 degree, this latitudinal extent means there is a time gap of around 2 hours between the two extreme points, that is the easternmost point and as well as the westernmost point of the India. And the despite this fact, the east-west extent appears to be smaller than the north-south extent. See, the reason why the east-west extension appears to be smaller than the north-south extension of the India, because see, all the longitudes are equal, but they converge towards the poles. So as we move from equator up to the poles, the you know the gap between the two longitudes actually goes on decreasing. So that is the reason why it appears broad at the equator, but as we go away from the equator, the this longitudinal extent is decreasing, and that is why the east-west extent of the India appears to be smaller than the south and north extent. And this I will told you that from Gujarat up to the Arunachal Pradesh there is a time lag of 2 hours. That is the latitudinal extent of 30 degree. and that is why India has decided its standard time, which passed through the Mirzapur in UP as the 82-degree 30-minute east for the whole country. Okay, and the latitudinal extent actually influence the duration of day and night as one moves from south to north. It means this line means that as you stand or move close to the equator, the difference between the day and night would not be seen. But as you move away from the equator, the difference between the duration of the day and night starts appearing, and that is the reason why the areas which are very closer to the equator, the difference between the duration of day and night is not visible, and all the all days and night are of equal length. But as you move up away from the equator up to temperate regions or polar regions, the this duration of day and night varies, and that is why I see these two find out 82-degree 30 minutes has been selected as standard meridian of India because we have a latitudinal extent of 30 degree, and 82-degree 30 minute means the midpoint of India's latitudinal extent. If you divide the easternmost and the westernmost position of the India by two, then you will get 82-degree 30 minutes. And that is why, because of the midpoint of India, this point has been selected as standard meridian of India. And second question is that why is the difference between the duration of day and night hardly felt at Kanyakumari? Because it is closer to the equator, and it is not felt in the Kashmir because Kashmir is far away from equator at about 24 or 25 degree. So that is why the difference in the duration of day and night is felt at Kashmir but not at Kanyakumari. Now, if you see the importance of Indian Ocean is is of very Indian Ocean is actually very important, and Indian landmass is also having a central location between the East and West Asia, and India is actually a southward extension of the Asian continent, and the Trans-Indian Ocean route, which connect the countries of Europe in the west and the countries of East Asia, it provides a strategic central location too, because India is centrally located, so it connects the countries of west, that is Africa and the European trade, with the countries of East Asia, Southeast Asia. And the second important reason of location of India, central location of India, is that because the Deccan Peninsula protrudes into the Indian Ocean, and that is why it actually helps India to establish close contact with West Asia and Africa and Europe, from the western coast as well as the eastern coast. Though the western coast result in the relation with the West Asia, Africa, and Europe, and the eastern coast results in the relation with the Southeast and East Asia. And this is the fact that no other country has a long coastal line on the Indian Ocean as India had, as and indeed it is the India's imminent position in the Indian Ocean which justified the naming of ocean after it. And we have already seen that the total length of Indian coastal line, including Andaman, Nicobar, and Lakshadweep, is around 7,516. And if you exclude these two islands, that is Andaman, Nicobar, and Lakshadweep, then it would be around 6,000 kilometers. And this is a fact that since the opening of Suez Canal in 1869, India's distance from Europe has been reduced by 7,000 kilometers, because now our ships can go directly from the Gulf of Suez through the to the European regions. Otherwise, we would have to go to encircle the Africa, and then can only enter the European countries. This is a diagram. It is showing the seven largest countries of the world. See, Russia is the largest country of the world in terms of area. Then Canada is second largest. USA is third largest. Then China is fourth largest. Brazil is fifth largest, and Australia is sixth largest. And India is the seventh largest country in the world. See, one more fact is very important, that Brazil is the country which is fifth largest in terms of area as well as fifth largest in terms of population. This is a standard, map of India, and it is showing actually the latitudinal and the longitudinal extent of India. See, you can see the easternmost point of India is 97 degree 25 minutes, and westernmost point of India is 68 degree 7 minutes, and northernmost point of India, and that is the longitudinal point of India, is 37 degree 6 minutes, and southernmost is 8 degree 4 minutes. So if you see the extent of east and west is around 2933 kilometer, but between the north and south is around 3214 kilometers. So they are approximately, means very close to each other. And our standard meridian, that is the IST, Indian Standard Time, actually passed through 82 degree 30 minutes, and it passed through the Mirzapur area of the Uttar Pradesh. Please remember all these facts. These are very important for the competitive exams. This is a map showing the India on the international highway of the trade and commerce. Here you can see that the India is actually centrally located, and India is at the middle of various type of trade routes. That is the trade between the Africa, Europe, as well as with the East Asia and Southeast Asia, as well as the China's major trade actually passes through the Indian Ocean, and China's around 70 to 80% oil supply comes from the Indian Ocean through the Strait of Malacca. And India's contact with the world, have continued through the ages, and but this is a very important fact. India's relationship, through the land routes was much older than our maritime contacts. And there are actually various type of passes present in the Himalaya region, and that these passes actually provide the trade, the route for the foreign tourists and the foreign invaders. And the various passes actually across the mountain in the north have provided passage to various ancient travelers. And while the ocean actually restricted such interaction for a long time because of the non-development of shipping and modern ships. So land route was much older than the maritime routes, and these routes have actually contributed in the exchange of ideas and commodities, and have contributed to the trade relations of India with the world. And then the ideas of various our Indian culture stuff like Upanishad and Ramayana, the story of Panchatantra, Indian numericals, as well as decimal system could reach many parts of the world. Plus, the very famous spices, then muslin and other merchandise were taken from India to different countries. And also there is an influence in the Indian culture from the Afghanistan and other regions, and that is why we can see the architectural style of dome and minarets from West Asia in different parts of our country. Now, if we see the India's neighbor, India actually occupies an important strategic position in South Asia. See, India has 29 states because Telangana has also been added now. So India has 29 states and 7 union territories. And India shared its land boundary with 7 countries, starting from the Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest. Although in reality, India don't touch Afghanistan, but we claim that because POK is still a part of India, and we consider Pakistan occupied Kashmir as the part of India, and that actually have a boundary with the Afghanistan. That is why we also consider Afghanistan as our know uh, as our neighbor. So Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest, then China, that is the Tibet region of China in the north, and Nepal and Bhutan in the north, then Myanmar and Bangladesh in the east. And if you see about our southern neighbors across the Indian Ocean, they are two type of land island territories. See, on the southeast side we have Andaman and Nicobar, which is present in the Bay of Bengal, and on the southwest side we have Lakshadweep, and we have some of the southern neighbors also. Two, we have actually southern neighbors across the sea consist of two island countries, that is Sri Lanka and Maldives. They are our neighbor countries, and Sri Lanka is actually separated from the India by a narrow channel of sea formed by the Park Strait. Strait is a link which connect two type of water bodies. And if you see this Gulf of Mannar and Park Strait, they are actually present between India and Sri Lanka, while Maldive Island are situated on the south of the Lakshadweep Island. So this is the completion of this chapter. Now, if we see, we can also solve the exercises. First question is that the Tropic of Cancer does not pass through Odisha. See, all the three states, that is Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and Tripura, Tropic of Cancer passes through. We can see this. The Tropic of Cancer passes through 8 states of the country. Please remember this. First one is the Gujarat, then Rajasthan, then Madhya Pradesh, then Chhattisgarh, then Jharkhand, then West Bengal, then Tripura, and then Mizoram. So there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 states. So Tropic of Cancer passes through 8 states of India, and this is clearly visible also. Second question is that easternmost longitude of India is 97 degree 25 minute east. That is one A part. Then Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, and Sikkim have common frontiers or boundary with Nepal. So answer would be C. And if it intended to visit Kawarati, see Kawarati is the capital of Lakshadweep. So the answer would be B. My friend hails from a country which does not share land boundary with India. The country name would be Tajikistan, because all these other countries like Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Nepal are our partners, are our neighbors. Now the second question is that answer the following questions briefly. Name the group of island lying in the Arabian Sea. See, Arabian Sea, we have Lakshadweep Island as well as our neighbor island country, that is Maldives. Then name the countries which are larger than India. There are 6 countries which are larger than India. First, the largest country in terms of area in the world is Russia. Second largest in terms of area is Canada. Then third largest in terms of area is USA. Then fourth largest in terms of area is China. Fifth largest is Brazil. Sixth largest is Argentina, and seventh largest is India. Then which island country group of India lies in the southeast? In the southeast region, the Andaman and Nicobar is present. Then which island country are our southern neighbors? Two island countries are our southern neighbors, that is Sri Lanka and Maldives. Then third question is sun rises 2 hours earlier in Arunachal Pradesh as compared to Gujarat in the west, but watches show the same time. See, same time because in our India, we in every country they have they select a standard time which represent the whole country time, and that is why we have chosen our standard time as 82 degree 30 minutes, and that is why the clocks are set according to that time, and that is why all the places we the watches display the same time. Now, central location of India is at the head of the Indian Ocean is considered to be of very great significance because it connects the West Asia with the East Asia. It connects various trade links. It connects various other important trade links and oil links, and also because the Deccan Peninsula, Deccan actually plateau protrudes into the Indian Ocean, so it also helps in the maintaining the relation with our southern boundary neighbors, that is Sri Lanka as well as Maldives. So this is the completion of the first chapter of NCERT Geography Class ninth. In the coming videos, we will cover all the chapters of NCERT Class 9 Geography. So thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel Study for Civil Services for more updates. Thank you very much.